Do you have a question or a comment for my guest this evening? Then why not text 07900 171 453, or if you're listening via the Swindon 105.5 app or website, just click on the Contact Us button and that will email me directly here in the studio.
Why did you go and not say goodbye? Why did you go and make me cry? How could you leave my heart and I this way? You said you loved me, what lies you told. Said you'd be mine to have and to hold. But now you're gone and I'll grow old. Made you queen of my heart, set you on the throne. How could I ever know now I'd be alone? I can't believe you went away. I can't forget that faithful day. How could you leave my heart and I this way? Why did you go and not say goodbye? Why did you go and make me cry? How could you leave my heart and I this way? The day I made you queen of my heart, set you on a throne. How could I ever know now I'd be alone? How can I live my life without you? The dreams we had, they'll not come true. How can I spend my whole life through without you? How can I spend my whole life through without you?
Hello and good evening and welcome to Don't Stop the Music radio show. My name is Peggy-Sue and I am your host. Now the song you just heard there is called Why Did You Go? And that is by my guest this evening. So I'd like to welcome to the studio Rob Crompton. Hello Rob, how are you?
I'm very well, it's lovely to be here.
Oh, it's lovely to have you here. So tell me the story behind that song.
Well, interesting. I was a singer when I was about 9 or 10, and when I was about 11 or 12, maybe 12 and a half, my dad bought me a guitar, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and took me about a year to learn a few chords. But my life changed when I heard in earlier than 1958, Dream, 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 When I Want You in My Arms, that one.
Yeah.
And it has a chord sequence which every guitarist will know: C, A minor, F, G, G7. And I thought, and that chord sequence occurs in a heck of a lot of songs. Every Day, Diana, Stand By Me, Will You Love Me Tomorrow, all have that chord sequence.
Yeah.
And I listened to it back in the day. I was about 14 or 15, I think. And that was the first song I ever wrote.
Wow.
But funnily enough, I only recorded it probably 3 months ago.
Wow.
And it's been in my head, so it's a great place to start, I thought. Yeah.
It had a very, and please, hopefully I'm not going to be rude, sound rude or anything, but it had a very Eric Idle sort of feel to it. I know
Eric
it sounds
Idle. Oh wow!
So I don't
not Billy Idol.
No, as in Monty Python.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It just you could just see you start going into you always look on the bright. It had that feel to
on. It's the same chord too. Always look on the bright side. Yes, it is.
It is.
I never thought of that one. Absolutely right.
But that's how it came over to me as well. When I first heard it, it's like, you're going to burst into song, because even though it's for the film, it wasn't quite a good song, but it was a very jolly song.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the type of feel it came to me. But everybody's different.
Absolutely. But then at school I was playing guitar, and I used to play jazz chords, which anybody listening will know, sort of A flat minor, flattened second, fifth, all those things. And my friend at school showed me open chords, what my son rather disparagingly calls cowboy chords, which you play on the open strings. But once I got learnt those sort of chords, it was much easier.
Yeah.
You only need 3 chords. My friends will tell you I that's all I know now, but I mean, maybe I know 3.5. But they've stood me in good stead over the years. But funnily enough, the first open chord song I remember playing was called Peggy-Sue.
Oh, I wonder what song that could
I know.
be.
I just thought when I was coming here, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. But then I was in a skiffle group. Do you know what a skiffle group is?
No.
Was? Well, it's acoustic guitars, usually 2 acoustic guitars, a washboard.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
And a T-chest bass.
Okay.
A T-chest, you won't be familiar with T-chest, but they're plywood cubes, about 1 metre cube. Turn it upside down, put a piece of string in with a broom handle, pull it back and it makes boom, pull it forward, it goes boom, boom. So that was the bass. Oh. And everybody back in that day, the most famous bands you'll know of now started as skiffle group. The Beatles.
Wow. Yeah.
The Quarrymen, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Cliff Richard, the Quintones, Led Zeppelin, the Faces, the Stones, the Who, the Kinks.
Just a few.
They all started with skiffle. Yeah.
So if you have a question or a comment for my guest this evening, or just want to message in and say I'm listening and want to do a shout out, then you can text 07900 171 453, or if you are listening via the Swindon 105.5 app or website, do click on that contact us button in the top right hand corner, and that will email me directly here in the studio. Now, you've got quite an interesting career with music. So I noticed when you were saying about you had the guitar for Christmas and things, but you also been a teacher, and so you've really gone from being someone who was given a guitar to teaching.
Yes, I wasn't teaching music.
No, you wasn't teaching music.
Right.
No.
But I did a lot of music in schools.
Yeah.
But I was a teacher and head teacher. The reason I came to this part of the world was to be the first head of a school in Reading, just outside Reading, near Sainsbury's in Reading, Ford's Farm, called Kennet Valley Primary. And so I went on Reading University, teacher training, etc. Yeah. That's where I had another band, which was sort of commitments band, 13-piece.
Okay.
I hope a couple of those people might be listening now. That was back in the day. So, yeah, I've been into music all my life, and on a semi-pro basis, I've done a lot of work on clubs and things like that. You know, up north where I lived in Middlesbrough, and the clubs up there were prolific. There's tons of them. And so I used to live in a place called Saltburn by the sea.
Okay.
So went up to Sunderland, Gateshead, Newcastle, across the A66, Scotch Corner, through to Cumbria and so on. So I had what you might call quite a hard apprenticeship, but great times. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we've actually have had a message in. So hello, Chloe. Chloe says she is tuned in. So thank you. There's your shout out.
Hi, Chloe. Yeah.
Now, the next song we are going to play is I Want to Be Free.
Yes.
So tell me the story behind this song.
Well, when I was teaching, I wrote a couple of musicals. I produced Godspell and things like that, Joseph's amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I wrote a musical, funny enough, about Cliff Richard's life story. Shortly after that, I wrote one about St. Bernadette. And more recently, during lockdown, I wrote one about Florence Nightingale, because it was her 200th anniversary. She was born in 1820. So it's fascinating researching all the verbatim comments she made and so on. One of them, her parents resisted her being a nurse, and one of the verbatim comments have in the history books is, "I want to be free." And so that was the start of this song, when she decides that's what she wants to do. She doesn't want to stay as in the aristocracy, she wants to go out. So that's the song.
Well, here it is. This is I Want to Be Free.
To be free, no child at my knee. I need to be free for what I must do. I'll use my life to do God's work, and I just know I'll see it through. No fancy parties or society balls, no boring receptions at country estates. A debutante is not what I want. A very much different future awaits. This is my destiny, to be the best I can be, to do God's work. I just need to be free. Yes, this is my destiny, to be the best I can be, to do God's work. I just need to be free. I just can't wait to follow my heart. God will take me where He only knows. We've only one life, and I feel it inside. I'll have God's blessing wherever I go. This is my destiny, to be the best I can be, to do God's work. I just need to be free. Yes, this is my destiny, to be the best I can be, to do God's work. I just need to be free. I just can't wait to follow my heart. God will take me this is my destiny, to be the best I can be, to do God's work. I just need to be free. This is my destiny, to be the best I can be, to do God's work. I just need to be free. Yes, this is my destiny, to be the best I can be, to do God's work. I just need to be free, to do God's work. I just need to be free.
So there's I Want to Be Free by my guest this evening. Now, who was the lady who was singing on that?
That was Jackie Scott.
Oh.
She's been in show business since she was 14.
Wow.
A great singer. She's been in the West End, everything you could name, Cats and so on, in
Yeah.
the West End, and lives quite close to us now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because when that was playing, I said she's got quite a twang, but to me it sounded more like Toyah Willcox. Not, I knew it wasn't Toyah Willcox,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she had that twang
Sure, yeah.
when Toyah's singing.
I think she's got an Elaine Page type voice. That's a very song from the show, sort of musical theatre. She's a lovely person.
She's got that operatic bit
Yes,
there, isn't she? So
and,
that classical training.
She did all the keyboard work on that recording as well.
Oh,
So she's a very
wow.
talented musician, along with her husband who played bass, guitar on that as well.
Wow.
Joe. Yeah.
So
yeah.
a nice little family of.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So tell me how I know you said you got your guitar when you was young for Christmas, but how did that go from you going from getting that guitar to you getting into music, into bands, and even songwriting?
Well, I guess I mentioned skiffle, and in Manchester at the time, I'm from Manchester, every street corner, and this is before the Beatles, every street corner had a band.
Mm-hmm.
And so my friends and I thought in fact, I got a knock on the door from Harry Lambert, the drummer. I guess I must have been about 16, 17. Said, I hear you play the guitar. Oh, yes, I do. Do you want to be in a band? Yes, I do. And so that was it. They were called the Crusaders. And we worked sort of alongside pre-Beatles people like the Big Three, Billy J. Graham, the Dakotas, that sort of scene, Freddie and the Dreamers. It was that era. And it went on from there, really. But my first guitar was a Framus guitar, which was the only sort of guitar you could get in those. There were Spanish guitars as such, but not as prolific as they are now. We call them acoustic guitars now. Then they were just a guitar without a pickup. And so everybody most people put a pickup on the guitar. My amplifier was about so big it's good showing you on radio, and it's about that,
It was so big by so big.
It's so big by so big. Very small, little 8-inch speaker, and we did instrumentals all the time, until I sang. But before that, we auditioned a couple of people, and one was called Paul Young,
Oh, that's
who was
amazing.
in Sad Cafe. And Lynn Paul, who became part of the New Seekers, and did both of whom. I mean, sadly, Paul died very, very young, a few years ago. But and they were too young. I think Paul was about 14, and Lynn Paul was about 14. If we'd have known then what we know now, they did magic. But one of the stories my friends are sick of me hearing me tell it, really. We played in a youth club, and in those days we got about £8 a gig, which is quite a lot of money, because probably 6 years later, I did a Saturday job for £2 a day, you know. So £8 between us was fine.
Yeah.
We were undercut one week. The guy running it said, "No, I've got another band. They'll do it for £6." And they were Herman and the Hermits.
Oh.
And so that's one of the things that happened in those days, you know.
Yeah.
But that was a great time. Then I went off to college, sang folk with the words on my eyelids, you know. So you have to close your eyes to read the words in folk, don't you? And as I say, up in the northeast, I did all the clubs and so on. So it went from bands to folk to solo,
Yeah.
basically. And I cracked on with solo work for quite some time.
Ah. Well, while you was talking, we have actually had another message come in.
Ooh.
So this is from George Thomas. Hello, George. Thank you for listening. George, a Mancunian now, an adopted Scouser listening from Merseyside. Good to catch up with the very talented Rob Crompton, even if it's on the radio. Great show. Oh, thank you.
George, thank you. He sent me a very cheeky message, said you've got a good face for radio. So
I know a few people like that.
So thanks, George. Thanks for listening. Great to hear from you. Oh dear.
Oh, brilliant. So you were saying there about how you were undercut by different bands and the type of venues that you was also playing at. So have you got any funny stories about when you were playing? Or
Not so much funny stories as interesting, because we played for a lot of weddings.
Okay.
And
a lot of people do.
quite a few of them ended up with fights.
And isn't that meant to be a sign of a very good wedding?
Well, I don't know
or
about
wedding
that.
party?
But I remember one time there was a sort of spiral. We were in above a pub,
Mhm.
and a spiral staircases led up to the room we were playing in. And as I walked down in the interval, the bride and the groom were having a real slanging match. So that doesn't sound good.
No.
So I went on the second half. We're playing away, and the bride's folks were on the left-hand side as we were looking, and the groom's spots on the right. And somebody said, "She's too blooming good for him." Well, a bottle or a glass from one side,
Ooh.
and after 2 or 3 minutes, the bottles are going back and forth. Fortunately, where we were playing, there's a little setback where a bay window outside with a casement window.
Mhm.
So as it was going up, we'd been paid, because we learnt to get paid before those gigs.
Yeah.
So we lifted the
The window.
out.
Yeah.
We passed the drummer's kit out, and we had a Bedford van, which everybody had in those days, onto the top of the van and drove away and, with the blue lights just turning round, you know. So there were some interesting days in those days, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, while the song was also playing, you mentioned something about a trombone?
Ah, yes, that was... I played for a little while with a guy called John Mayall, who's the father of British blues. Listeners will probably know him. In fact, on the guitar, he taught me the 12-bar blues the first time. That's my claim to fame. But I also had a trombone, and I joined the Wythenshawe Silver Band, whatever it was called. I think I was a sort of fifth trombone. So my part was sort of 2 notes, and
Yeah.
so on. You can see where I got my musical talent from, you know. And I played the trombone at 12 bars out of B flat, and my career finished on the trombone because I mistakenly left it on the settee, and he came and sat down, and the bell end crumpled.
Oh, no.
He was a big boy, and that was it. So yeah, that was my trombone career gone, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's a funny one. There you go. I know at the time it wasn't funny, but you do look back and
You
say
do,
it's
don't
funny.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next song we're going to be playing is The Lady with the Lamp. So tell our listeners about this one.
Well, of course, we all know Florence Nightingale
Yeah.
did eventually become a nurse, went to Crimea and established a hospital. And she was famous for cleanliness and so on, all these routines, and famous for her lamp.
Yeah.
Which, and this is a song sung while she's walking around the hospital beds, having a chat with the patients there, the soldiers, and this is a sort of sentimental song about it.
Oh, here you go. This is The Lady with the Lamp.
The soldiers adore her and reach for her light. The soldiers have battled towards victory. One glimpse of her lamp is all that they need. She walks with her lamp, each shadow a sight that comforts the soldiers and renews their fight. Though some might not make it, they all understand. The nurses will help them, they're always on hand. Just one kind word, one touch is enough to soothe the brave soldiers, no matter how tough. They'll always remember and tell all they know how they made it through hell under the lamp's glow. A lamp and walks through the night. The soldiers adore her and reach for her light. The soldiers have battled towards victory. One glimpse of her lamp is all that they need. She walks with her lamp, each shadow a sight that comforts the soldiers and renews their fight. Though some might not make it, they all understand. The nurses will help them, they're always on hand. Just one kind word, one touch is enough to soothe the brave soldiers, no matter how tough. They'll always remember and tell all they know how they made it through hell under the lamp's glow. Made it through hell under the lamp's glow.
Sunday mornings on Swindon 105.5. Join me, Darren, and my friend of the show, Graham, for 2 hours of music and light-hearted chat.
With your dedications, guess the intro, and the Sunday twosome, all live from 10 till midday this Sunday to brighten up your weekend.
See you then.
Don't Stop the Music radio show is a dedicated show for musicians to share their music across the airwaves, whether they're local, national or international artists. with guests every week discussing and sharing their music, whether here in the studio or via the wonders of technology. So join me, Peggy-Sue, live every Tuesday between 8 and 9 p.m. Plus, Don't Stop the Music Radio Show Extra is on every Saturday between 7 and 9 p.m. But that's not all. You can now catch Don't Stop the Music Radio Show on Spotify, Amazon Music and Patreon every Friday at 7 p.m. So what are you waiting for? And get your music heard on Swindon 105.5. Just like Rob Crompton is tonight.
Exactly.
Now, obviously, Lady in the Lamp was to do with Florence Nightingale, and she is one. You may as well say she is one of the founding people who part of the NHS. Really, it's one of the things that the NHS looks back on, and it's also one of the things that people now know that they have to wash their hands and cleanliness before they do anything. So, when I say a lockdown, we had to stay away and do our hands and everything.
Researching Florence Nightingale was fascinating. I hadn't realised, but she was the sort of Princess Di of her day.
Yeah.
When she was in the Crimea, there were 3 or 4 songs written about her every week.
Wow.
There was articles all over the place. I mean, she was famous for the Crimea, of course, but she went on to advise the Indian government on cleanliness, the troops. She did a lot of work not in the States, but for the US Army in terms of care. But cleanliness, care, compassion, all those sorts of things. And the final song in the show has a bit, it's set in the modern day, in a modern day hospital. And nurses are talking about, a trainee nurse talking about studying, and the book has all the sort of things that Florence Nightingale was saying, the same rules and regulations about cleanliness. So her name lives on, certainly, in the current medical profession. She was, before germs, it sounds funny that, but germs weren't a thing back in the 1840s. It was just coming through, the notion of germs.
Yeah.
But she realised that washing was a good idea, even though she didn't have that theoretical understanding at the time of sort of bacteria and so on. It's fascinating story.
So she made that link, really, didn't she? That if somebody had an open wound, it was more to do with the infection.
Exactly.
And that was where it came from,
right. Yeah. Intuitively she found that. And then just towards the end, the middle of her life, her germ theory was coming up. Yeah,
most definitely. So with that, she did also, as I said, she came about really one of the founding things for the NHS.
Yeah.
So what made you want to actually do these songs about her?
Well, it's the drama of the story, really. It's a fascinating story. The fact she was an aristocrat. The first song is about when she was born in Florence, hence the name. Her parents had been on a 2.5-year honeymoon, would you believe, which, the grand tour.
Yeah.
So she was from that sort of family. And the story where she wanted, because nurses had a very bad reputation in those days. And nobody, if you were well-to-do, you wouldn't. So she fought hard to get there. So there's that bit of the story. There's a bit of the story where she goes to, finally gets away, and the lady with the lamp and so on. Then she gets, she's the first woman to get the Order of Merit, just after Queen Victoria. She died around about 1905, I think, Florence Nightingale. She lived a ripe old age. A lot of it, the last part of her life, she was in a hotel room, ill. She was, didn't have a good time of it in the end. But the final song, as I say, is a sort of rocky song to sort of celebrate her life, etc. Yeah.
Now, a lot of your music, I have noticed that you also donate to charity for. So, like the next one we are going to play, Let's Hear It for the NHS. You'd like to dedicate that one for the NHS, but you also do. You've done an album that's dedicated to cancer research.
Sure. Yeah.
So, what's made you write the music to go to charity?
I didn't write the music for those. No. They're covers.
Okay,
I did 2 albums. My first album was way back in 1980. I was in short trousers at the time, of course. And the title track we're going to play right at the end is called Heading Home. So that's the name of the album. I'll talk about that maybe a bit,
we'll
later.
talk about that. Yeah.
But I re-released that as a CD and sold it for cancer research. And then again during lockdown, as if we didn't have enough to do apart from painting the house and writing a musical, I did this at my little home studio. I did a CD and sold it to friends and neighbours. And made about £400, I think.
Oh wow!
On that one, yeah. So it was okay.
That was good. Yeah. Well, it's nothing like. Well, the only thing is that, as you say, during lockdown, you was writing a musical, but lockdown was one of those things where you had to try and do something to keep you sane.
Exactly. Yeah.
And keep yourself busy.
My wife looked at all the genealogy of both families and researched that. Really got into that. And we produced sort of photo books with like that sort of life story, so to speak, or heritage life story. Yeah.
Well, so the next song we are going to play is Let's Hear It for the NHS. So tell our listeners the story behind this song.
Well, it's the last scene of the play moves from history into the modern day hospital, when nurses at the nurses' station are talking about studying, and one has a book, and she says about compassion and cleanliness and care and so on, and the senior nurse said, well, yeah, we learnt that and you're learning that, and that came from Florence Nightingale. So that's the sort of scenario. Yeah. And then somebody comes, like the bell rings, somebody is pushed out in a chair to leave the ward. Everybody's singing and clapping, and that generates into this song, Let's Hear It for the NHS.
Oh, here it is.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Hear it for the NHS. Come and clap for the NHS. We are truly heaven blessed. Each doctor and nurse, they've all been immersed. We know they've done their best. Let's hear it. Hear it for the NHS. Let's hear it. 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 Hear it for the NHS. for the NHS. Let's hear it. 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 Hear it for the NHS.
So yes, let's hear it for the NHS. Thank you very much, because I work for the NHS.
I know.
So whilst that was also playing, we was talking about when you was the head teacher for Godspell.
Yeah, so I put Godspell on, you know, and the first time I did it, I was a head teacher of a school with 42 children on roll, and that was in a rural village called Triplow, just about 8 miles south of Cambridge in Cambridgeshire. I went from the northeast down into the sticks, if you like. Thoroughly enjoyed the time there. It was really, really good, and got into a bit of songwriting there. I did a bit for wrote some songs for Play School and for Rainbow and stuff like that. And in fact, they came to my school and did a whole play away, they used to call it, when they did an outside broadcast, and that was exciting, really good. Back in the day.
See, I do remember. I don't quite remember Play School, but I definitely remember Rainbow.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, that was a. So how did that come about? How did you get into?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Remember,
no, I guess I might have written to Play School directors, producers, and say, you know, how about some songs? Because I used to do kids' songs at school, you know, so on. So I can't remember how it actually came about, but once things start, they all come latch on, you know. Play School came Rainbow and stuff. Yeah.
So. See, so got quite a celebrity.
Well, I wouldn't say that. No.
We're not going to see you on. Is it? Oh, I'm trying to think what it's called now.
CBBC's.
No, I was thinking more. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Oh, probably not. No. I couldn't eat the bugs, even if I was asked. No, not at all.
No. All right then. But mind you, CBeebies, you could be on there.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I think Phil Mitchell's on this week reading a bedtime story, so I heard on the news. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
So the next song we are going to play is Woman of the World. So tell me about this one.
Well, that's another song what I wrote probably about 15 years ago, I guess. I don't know why it came up, but you write lyrics and then you think, oh, well, I'll put a tune to them. And again, it's only 2 or 3 months ago that I recorded it in the local studio, so I thought I might as well hear that.
Yeah, here it is. This is Woman of the World.
She's my woman of the world, and she really has got the knack. She's my woman of the world, she knows I'll keep coming back. Woman of the world, it's always yes and never maybe. Woman of the world, her loving drives me crazy. She's my woman of the world, and she really has got the knack. She's my woman of the world, she knows I'll keep coming back. Woman of the world, she's one sophisticated lady. Woman of the world, her loving drives me crazy. Yeah, the female, the girls, they weren't too hard to handle, but to my woman of the world, they couldn't hold a candle. She knows just how to turn me on. To my woman of the world, I'm always a number one. She knows how to keep me going, just when she's better hold steady. My woman of the world, oh yeah, she's always ready. She's my woman of the world, and she really has got the knack. She's my woman of the world, she knows I'll keep coming back. Woman of the world, it's always yes and never maybe. Woman of the world, her loving drives me crazy. Woman of the world, her loving drives me crazy.
There we go. That one had a bit more of a country feel to it. That one,
yeah.
A bit more cheerful. Get it up.
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell our listeners, because you were saying about the story of the play that you've written to do with Florence Nightingale.
Yeah.
If say if our listeners like maybe are themselves are a head teacher or something of a school and would like the play or the CD of the music, how can they get hold of that?
I'd be delighted if they were interested. I mean, talking about schools, Florence Nightingale is a topic in the Key Stage 1 curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, year 2 kids do it. I'd be happy to send anybody the script. My email, rob@robcrompton.com would be a good one. And if they want a copy of the CD to listen to, there's also a CD of the backing tracks. So if anybody wants to produce it and they don't have a lot of music in the school or Amdrams or youth theatre, it's I'd be very happy to let them have it.
Oh, yeah. Which actually, as I was saying to you earlier, if you've just got the backing tracks, a couple of weeks ago I was interviewing a lady who teaches jive, and some of these songs would be ideal for teaching on jive. So if you had the backing track, you could just, as she was saying to us, she can speed it up or she can slow it down to teach people how to dance, and then speed it up slowly so they can get up to speed with it. So that would be ideal.
Absolutely. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
You never
thought
know.
of that.
There you go. You never know.
You never know, do you?
You never know.
No.
Exactly. But it's because it's that style of music is why I've brought that one up, because as I said,
exactly.
it could be that somebody out there could dance or jive to one of your backing tracks.
You never know.
You might see it on Strictly Come Sue.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you never know. So obviously with that, so our listeners, as we've just said, is that so you've got your own website as well?
I don't have a website.
You don't have a website?
No.
So it's just the email address for them to get hold of you?
Yeah.
That's no problem. So if anybody does want that, just make sure it's rob@robcrompton.com.
That's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So is there, because I'm just looking at the time, we've got about 4 minutes left of talking before we have to play our last song. So is there any shout outs you'd like to give anyone?
Oh, well.
Ooh.
I've made that famous. Anybody who knows me.
That's a very famous line.
Just be serious for a moment, actually. A very good friend of mine I played in band with for a long, long time, called Colin Deadfield. He died a week ago, which was a great shock to all the people that know him. He currently was playing in 4 bands. MASH was one of them, Soul to Soul, 45 RPM, all based sort of West Berkshire way, and is a very loved person, great crack, great bass player, and he's be sadly missed. So maybe I could shout out to anybody who knows him.
There you go, you've just done it. And also thank you to Chloe and for George for messaging in.
Absolutely, those 2 listeners will go down in history. Yes, thank you, Chloe. Thank you, George. Yeah.
So have you got any plans of what's going to come up next?
No, I haven't really. I'm a bit of a
spontaneous.
I was going to say at the crossroads, but no. At the end of the road might be more appropriate.
I don't think so. I reckon it's going to be a spontaneous thing, and something's going to come up.
The thing is, as many, I'm a musician with a small M, but any muso will tell you they love playing, and it's just finding outlets for that, really.
So do you go to any like open mic nights or anything, just to have or jamming sessions?
Actually, what seems to be the case now is landlords are latching onto the fact they can have a really good night's entertainment for free, which is great, I think, because there's a lot of people, new to the business, maybe a bit shy and so on, and they can have a go. Anything they've done themselves or sing covers, really popular. And I think it's a great way of getting out there. So I haven't done that yet.
No,
I'm just plucking up the courage to turn up.
There are a great few out there. So they are worth doing.
Yeah.
They are. It's not just the fact that you plucking up the courage, because I think even if you went to one and watched,
exactly,
and then suddenly you're just joining. Some of them, they provide the actual instruments as well.
And stuff like that.
They do have jamming sessions, and you can. And there's nothing stopping you, even if you go to an open mic night and said, "Can I play guitar for you while you're singing?"
Exactly.
If you know the chords, and just play.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've yet to do that, so that's on my list.
And it's also a good reason to go to the pub.
I never thought of that.
See?
No. Much.
Always. So the last song that's going to take us out of the show is called Heading Home, and what an apt name for the song as well. So tell me the story about this one.
It was funny. This was 10 years ago. 1979 it must have been, because this album came out in 1940. I say I was short trousers at the time, but I was coming home from a gig in London, and this sort of Heading Home, I mean, there have been other songs called Heading Home. When you research, you see all sorts of songs, but it was new to me, so to speak. And so I think, can't believe I'm heading home today. 4 whole weeks of my life is a hard price to pay, but knowing you're at the end of the road keeps me driving all day. So once I got that, and a bit of it is interesting for musos out there. This time hasn't been so bad, with the usual lows and the highs. Same old strange but familiar faces don't only smile when it's time to say goodbye. Because as a solo act, you'd go down pretty well, right at the end. They say more, but and then they, when it's time to go, they're all smiley and happy.
Yeah.
You think, why weren't you like that at the beginning? Even people out there who play will know
I'll
that
tell you the real reason in a moment when we're off air.
Oh, right, okay. So this is Heading Home.
Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio this evening. It has been an absolute pleasure, and you'll be welcome back anytime.
Great, the pleasure's all mine. Thanks, Peggy-Sue.
Thank you. And good night, listeners. See you on the next one. This is Heading Home.
Can't believe I'm heading home today. 4 whole weeks of my life is a hard price to pay, but knowing you're at the end of the road keeps me driving all day. This time hasn't been too bad, with the usual lows and the highs. Same old strange but familiar faces that only smile and say goodbye. Sing one more song before we go home. We had a few drinks and now we want to know. We didn't raise an eye when you started this evening, but now it's time, please go on with the show. Can't believe I'm heading home today. is a hard price to pay. But knowing you're at the end of the road keeps me driving all day. This time hasn't been too bad, with the usual lows and the highs. Same old strange but familiar faces that only smile and say goodbye. Sing one more song before we go home. We've had a few drinks and now we want to know. We didn't raise an eye when you started this evening, but now it's time, please go on with the show. We didn't raise an eye when you started this evening, but now it's time, please go on with the show.